Hello? Yan, meron na yan.
Naririnig ka ba? Sorry, yung mga nanonood sa hindi tayo marinig. Sorry. Ngayon, meron na ba? So, pasensya na doon sa nanonood sa aming Facebook page. Okay na, yun. Okay na daw. So, yes. So, gusto ko sabay-sabay natin sabihin kung ano yung newest product ni Sugar King. Kung mababasa nyo, Baker's Food Coloring Gel. So, yes. So, Miss Kate, explain. What is Baker's Food Coloring Gel?
So, yung Baker's Food Color Gel po namin is a water-based. So, ang magandahan po nito is vibrant po siya and pigmented. So, for example, gusto nyo light blue, dark, makakapag-create na po kayo ng ganun. Since yung food color gel po namin is pigmented. Tsaka, hindi po siya messy gamitin. Kasi yung packaging po namin nakalagay po siya. As you can see, nakalagay po siya sa isang
Parang tube, no?
Yes,
Bottle
parang tube.
So, Miss Kate, ilang colors meron si Sugar King Baker's Food Coloring Gel?
So, si Sugar King Baker's Food Coloring Gel, meron po tayong 10 colors. So, may primary colors po tayo, red, yellow, and blue. Then, yung secondary colors po natin is orange, violet, green, pink. Then, meron din po tayong neutral colors, brown, black, and white. So, ngayon po, ipapakita po ako sa inyo para mapatunayan ko po kung talagang pigmented po.
So, Miss Kate, may gawa kang sample.
Yes,
Hindi ko rin nakakalat kasi may gawa kang sample, Miss Kate. So, nasan yung sample mo? Ilibot natin sa kanila para makita nila kung gaano kabanda yung Sugar King Baker's Food Coloring Gel natin. So, pwede ba kami magpatulong, Miss Cherry? Patulong naman. So, sige Miss Kate, paki-explain yung color na hawak mo.
So, first po,
So, ililibot ni Miss Cherry yung fondant na gawa na may color. So, iba-ibang shade yan.
so first po, ito
Pwede
po
nyo makita gaano kaganda yung kulay niya.
So first po, ito po color pink. In-apply po siya sa fondant. Ang fondant po ay 50 grams. Then ang color po nito yun na is 0.5. Ito po.
0.5 grams.
So, 0.5
So,
grams.
yes. So, ito, 50 grams siya. Then, tinoloran lang siya ng 0.5 grams ng food color. Nakita nyo gano'n siya kaganda, ka-vibrant yung color niya. And
So
then,
yung,
next naman,
yung next po, ito po, nakita po ba? 1 gram lang po yung in-apply dito na gel, then 50 grams po na fondant.
yes.
Okay. Yung sa next naman po is 1.5 grams, then 50 grams na fondant. Nakita niyo po, di ba, mas darker?
Basta, so, ito yung 0.5, ito yung 1 gram, and then ito yung 1.5 gram. So, mapapaglaruan nyo yung color ni Sugar King. Siyempre, yung mga color ni Sugar King, ano yan, matagal na process bago namin to nagawa. So, pinatest din namin sa mga brand ambassador namin. Like ni Chef Madeline. Chef, pwede ba kita ma-invite dito sa stage? Wow, may stage ako. Dito ko sa cute stage ko. Kasi gusto ko marinig from Chef Madeline. Kilala niyo po ba si Chef Madeline? Ang ginagawa niyang mga sugar topper, di ba? Ang maganda, napaka-realistic niya. Yun. Chef Madeline, anong masasabi mo sa Sugar King Food Coloring Gel?
Unang-unaan siya.
Ay,
Yan. Napaka-vibrant ang color kasi nakakatuwa. Nakakatuwa siya kasi malipit and nakakasiulay. Iba-iba. Yes, oo. So, kailangan mo lang malaman yung combination, tas, and also, natutuwa ako sa packaging niya. Hindi siya messy. Oo.
kasi, bottle siya na naka-active po yung dulo.
Yes. Kaya talaga makakatipid sila. Hindi siya yung parang masasayang lang yung color gel.
Yes. So, thank you, Chef Madeline. Siyempre, meron pang isa na malakas gumamit ng food color. Tapos, nakailang revise din ako kasi gusto ko talagang makuha yung approve niya sa food color namin. Chef Joanne, hi! Chef, halika dito. Kung kilala niyo po si Chef John, siya yung founder ng Bulmang Pinoy. So, yes, one of our brand ambassador din po. Siyempre, gumagamit din po siya ng sugarcane food coloring gel. So, chef, ano pong, na-surprise ko siya. Hindi ko naman ako pala sabihin. May special. Ayan. Explain na bakit important yung food color sa ginagawa.
Siyempre, food color. So, kailangan mo ng color para malagay ng kulay yung, yung gagawin mo. Lalo na ako, especially, ginagawa ko mga human figure. So, kailangan mo talaga ng color. So, alam mo sa mga dress. So, kailangan mo ng color. So, ayan, sa mga estudyante ko, lahat na ginawa ko, binigay ko yung colors.
Naku, chef, early this year, pero
Early January. Simula January, yun na yung color na ginagamit ko. So, lahat na pinupost ko na nakikita nyo na figure, lahat po yun ay sugar free colors na yun.
yes, kung pinapalo niyo po si Chef Joanne, so di ba ang gaganda ng mga gawa niya na mga sugar topper. Di ba po, yes, ang gamit po niya yung food coloring gel. Siyempre, hindi namin, tawag dito, hindi namin sinasabi kasi nga nasa trial period kami, but today,
Umulit pa tayo, no?
yes, pinapanood ko ni Chef eh. Siyempre, yun nga, sabi ko nga sa inyo, may process yun na pinagdaanan. May pinag-aralan namin maigi yan bago namin ni-launch. Kaya alam namin na talagang maganda yung sugar tea food coloring gel. So, yung actually may request pa nga si Chef Joanna, yung nude band ng color, yung skin
Yeah.
tone. Mag-aaral na naman po kami.
Pero okay lang.
Okay lang.
Yung past ko, pakita ko naman kung paano gawin yung skin tone.
Yes, kasi po bukas, merong hands-on class si Chef Joanne dito. So, meron kaming available slot na 10 lang. So, yun, first come, first serve po tayo. Registration po dito, 1 p.m.
Yes, pero pwede pa rin manood yung mga...
Yes, pwede manood, pero wala lang hands-on. So, may special 10 slots lang po tayo. Talagang mahahawakan nila, matututunan nila yung gagawin. So, yun. So, thank you, Chef Joanne. Nagulat ako siya. The special menu. Siyempre, actually, nandito pa si Chef Abe kasi gusto kong matanong siya about buttercream eh. Wala si Chef Abe. Nasa demo siya sa kabila. So, siguro, meron siyang class sa Saturday dito. So, naka-live din. No? Doon na lang namin na-explain naman yung application ni food coloring gel sa buttercream.
Ayun din po, add ko lang yung common usage po ng ating food color gel sa buttercream, royal icing, and saffron.
So, Miss Kate, ano ba ang packaging size ni food coloring gel? Ibalik ko lang nga siya.
So yung packaging size po ni food color gel is in 30 grams po. So, kung isipin nyo parang, di ba, kote, 30 grams. Pero sa 30 grams na yun, sobrang dami nyo na makagamit since pigmented po siya. Minsan pa kahit 1 drop lang po, nagko-color na po siya agad.
Yes, so sa nakita niyo pong sample, so yun po siya. So may question po ba kayo sa food color gel? So baka tanong, yes, merong question si ma'am. Okay. Very good question. So, isa rin po yan sa pinag-aralan namin. The aftertaste po nung, so far po, sa mga nag-trial test po sa amin, wala po any aftertaste po.
Yes po.
Yun po yung kinagandahan. Lalo na si Chef Abe with the buttercream. So, sayang nga, wala pa siya dito
Opo.
kasi nasa demo siya.
Actually, ma'am, at tinikman din po namin yung fondant ko. After
Not only naman, buttercream din po. So far po ma'am, wala po kaming nalasang aftertaste. Actually kasi yung mga, may imported and local din po talaga, na pag nasobrahan po talaga sa food coloring po talaga, ay may aftertaste po talaga, mapait, bitter taste po, tama po. So far si food color po ni Sugar King, wala pa po. So yun po yung kinagandahan niya. So any question po, may prize si mama, magroleta ka mamaya dito, may prize ka kasi may question. Kaya wala na kayong question?
mag-question daw kay magroroleta ko.
Pahirapin po natin si Miss Kate. So wala na silang question, Miss Kate. So yes, yung high fructose corn syrup natin and Flexicap Tylose powder and Sugar King Baker's Food Coloring Gel. Available po siya sa booth ni Sugar King ngayong Mufex. So naka-introductory price po silang lahat ngayon. So after the event, after the demo, pwede po kayong bumili ng yung item namin dito sa booth. So, yun lang. Kung wala na kayong question.
Add ko lang din, ma'am, Kaya ganyan yung naging packaging po ni Sugar King sa food color gel. Kasi talagang pinag-aralan po namin ng mabuti. Tsaka kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, parang may tip siya sa taas para po makontrol ng mga consumer kung ilang amount lang po yung magagamit niya.
Yes, tsaka hindi siya makalat.
Opo, di po siya mahal.
Drop lang po tayo, squeezable bottle. Oh, may tanong si ma'am.
Hindi na yan sa nagtutulog
Saan po nahalo, ma'am? Sa fondant? Ma'am, hindi po. Hindi po siya nagtutubig po pag nahalo sa fondant. So far, wala naman po gano'n. So, water-based po siya, pero not totally 100% is water po yung ginamit kay food color ni Sugar King. So, may halo lang po water. So, for example, may magtanong, pwede ba siya sa chocolate? Chocolate po natin is oil-based po. So, recommended ko po na gamitin niyo po is oil-based food coloring gel. Pero kung light lang naman po yung gagamitin niyo, like for example, white chocolate, gusto niyo lang gawing light pink. So, na-try namin si Sugar King food coloring gel doon. So, hindi naman siya nabubuo. So, light lang, as in light color lang po.
Ubra naman po siya kung small amount lang po yung gagamitin niya na sa white chocolate.
Yes, so ngayong after na to, papakita rin namin sa inyo product demonstration with Chef Klein and San Pedro, no? Kung paano niya i-apply sa baked goods yung food color gel natin. So kung okay na tayo, so pwede na tayo
Ano po
mag-proceed.
wala na.
May question si ma'am?
Ano po ba sa white chocolate? Nagkakaroon din po ba siya parang ng pigmentation? Parang buo-buo?
Magkakaroon po siya if sobrang dami yung ilalagay po ninyo. Kung slight lang po, wala naman po ang kaso. Yes. Kung light din nga po, light lang, small amount lang po. Kasi chocolate is oil-based pa rin po kasi. Yes.
Since yung food color gel po natin is water-based. Pero kung, pero kung small amount lang po naman yung gagamitin nyo, ubra naman po siya. Na-try naman po namin siya yung sa white chocolate, 150 grams. Tapos, 2 to 3 drops na food color gel.
Nag-color
Nag-color po.
without any yung texture na nakikita nyo kasi nga hindi mo naman talaga mapagsasama ang oil and water. So, okay naman siya. So, okay na tayo? Okay, may question po?
Kasi yung mga locally brand or yung mga existing brands ngayon, kapag dark color, kumari po yung red. So, kailangan mo siyang, number one is damihan. And then, kailangan mo muna siyang i-rest. So, sa Baker's food coloring gel ba ng Sugar King gano'n, di ba? Kailangan din magdamihan na din.
Actually, ma'am, hindi po. Kasi pigmented po siya, ma'am. As in, po, nasan po yung color red dyan? Nasa tinago.
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 Katago.
Ayan, nasan pa? Nasan yung isang red? Dalawa yan.
Tatlo yun.
Itatlo pala.
Nasa bag pala nila, di okay lang yun. So, papakita namin sa inyo. Actually, po kasi talaga, lalo kung lumalabas yung color ng sa fondant, once na nirest mo siya. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, pag naglagay kayo sa fondant nyo, huwag naman yung over sobrang dami kasi hindi mag-color. You need pa rin mag-rest and then lalabas yung color ng food color gel natin. Pag pinanihan nyo, doon nakapasok yung parang wasak na yung fondant natin, malagkit na, hindi na nabubuo. Doon na yung pumapasok eh. So dapat dahil mag-pigmented si Sugar King food coloring gel, small amount, rest nyo lang siya, then lalabas yung color niya, if kulang pa, tsaka po kayo magdagdag. Lalo na kung gusto nyo darker color.
Actually, ma'am, yung hawak mo, 0.5 pa lang po yan.
Yes, 0.5 lang yan. Ito.
Then, ito 1 gram. Tapos yung hawak ni ma'am dito sa dulo, 1.5 po.
Itaas niyo po yung color para makita po yung color ng yan.
Yan.
So, yan.
Di ba dito po mas darker? Kasi 1.5 grams po in-apply dyan and 50 grams ng fondant.
Yes.
Ang bali, na-try niyo siya sa fondant. So, sa buttercream ko na din, 2.5, ganyan din yung makukuha.
Ma'am, depende po yun sa gusto nyo or ma-achieve nyo na kulay.
Actually, nga, di ba ito sa fondant, 50 grams, tapos 0.5. Kung sakali sa buttercream, 50 grams din yung buttercream, 0.5 din namin lalagyan siya ng food color na ng Sugar King, yun din yung lalabas ng color.
With the buttercream po kasi, mayroong base color. Okay! Ay, salamat! Please welcome the buttercream diva! Yes! Abe! Siyempre ko na sumagot.
Sasagutin ko yan. Ano ba yung tanong? wait lang, bago ako nangak-ngak dito. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat! Thank you so much for coming over! At syempre maraming salamat sa pag-support sa Sugar King! Ay, ba't parang bangko? Ano po sa inyo? Deposit o withdraw? Kamusta po kayong lahat? Sorry, nandito ako kasi ano eh. Ako yung manager, ano magpapirma ba kayong cheque dyan? Ano nga yung tanong nyo tungkol sa ano? Buttercream?
Chef Alex.
Yes.
Hindi, kasi po, in-explain po kasi ni Ma'am kanina,
Ay, hello.
na pag ang ginamit ko po daw kung food color gel ng sugar cane, sa 50 grams na fondant, 0.5 lang, ito ang lalabas na color.
Okay.
So, inaano ko po kasi buttercream, ang gagamitin ko, 50 grams na buttercream, 0.5 na food color. Ganito rin ba yung result?
Hindi, that's too much. Kasi medyo mas madaling kulayan ng buttercream.
Okay po. So,
Pero you have to be careful because when you're coloring buttercream, hindi siya agad kakagat. Kailangan yung color ninyo, hintayin nyo munang mag-develop. Parang jowa. Di ba? Kailangan pagrelasyon, konting ano muna. Pag walang jowa, walang kulay. Kahit gumamit ka ng sugar cane food color, walang kulay ang life mo. Ay, kukulay. Kaso green. O kaya blue. Yan. So, pag buttercream, kailangan lang hintayin natin mag-develop muna yung color. It's around 15 to 20 minutes. So, pag kinulayan mo siya, huwag mo muna siyang gamitin. Hintayin mo muna kumapit yung kulay.
Yes. So nandito na po yung buttercream diva.
Ay, alam ko naman kakanta ako dito.
So, pwede na po kayo magtanong. So, sino po dito yung may question kanina? Ayun,
Ay, teka lang, unahin ko lang, bawal ang math. Wala magtatanong ng math. Yes, ano po yung question? Ay, nagsasaya ko na daming tao dito sa Sugar King. Thank you so much.
Usually kasi po, yung, di ba nga, yung kanina, kaya talot mo may aftertaste ka po talaga siya, or pag madami, kasi diba kailangan natin mas darker shade, mas vivid.
Yes, okay. Nakaka-proud po, no? Kasi ginagamit ko po talaga ang Sugar King. We have been doing kitchen testing for many months now. At kung makikita po ninyo yung mga flowers dun sa aking buttercream flowers, those are colored with Sugar King food color. At wala po siyang aftertaste. Hindi po siya mapait, hindi yung kahit na masama ang loob mo, hindi siya bitter, ganun. Hindi siya ampalaya mode, hindi rin siya mapakla, wala siyang the only effect it has on your buttercream, wait lang ha, specific lang to buttercream ha, wala siyang aftertaste, wala rin siyang, basta, wala. May kulay lang siya.
What about sa Swiss na lang? Pag Swiss na lang butter, sinagyan natin ng food color, kasi nagkakaroon ng pigmentation doon, na parang may maliliit na dots.
Okay. Kapag po ang inyong buttercream ay nagkakaroon ng separation ng color, no, ibig sabihin kulang pa po siya sa mix. Ang problema naman po ninyo, kapag meringue-based ang inyong buttercream, marami talaga siyang, kailangan mo siyang i-mix ng marami. Kapag po humihiwala yung kulay ng inyong buttercream, kulang pa po siya sa mixing. Hindi pa po na-absorb lahat ng butter, yung liquid ninyo. Ay, ma'am, pangit ang gamit mong food color. Mag-switch ka na to Sugar King. Wala kaming ganyan. Hindi naman experience ang issue na yan. Eh, hindi ko maipaliwanag ng ayos. Sa Sugar King po talaga wala. Promise. Sino po dito yung nakakakita na ng cake ko? Ay, akala ko wala. Nalungkot ako. Uwi na ako eh. Di ba nakita niyo naman bright colors, pero pantay ang kulay, tsaka very true ang kulay na pag sinabing red talaga. And most buttercreams, since white sila, mahirap kulayan, di ba? Pero wala talaga akong ganyang issue with Sugar King at wala rin akong issue na humihiwalay yung kulay. Kapag po humihiwalay yung kulay ng inyong, nagkaroon ng parang beading, yung may beads of liquid na may kulay, either hindi po sapat yung mixture ninyo or ni-refrigerate nyo na yung buttercream ninyo tapos nilabas ninyo. Kapag ganun po, all you need to do is remix. Re-whip. Okay pa?
Okay, si Nanay.
Thank you
May
po.
question po kayo kanina.
Sabak naman ako sagad sa Q&A. Para naman makalita pa ako.
Wait lang kasi.
Ay, sorry. Sorry po Kasi here na shoutout. Yes po.
Kung malaman, kung hindi na po yan magtutubig once na i-mix na yung fondant.
Okay. Since gel po siya, napaka-lead po ng chance na mangyari yan. Usually po, pag ang fondant ninyo ay nagpawis, ibig sabihin nalamigan po siya or ikinapit nyo siya sa isang frosting na matubig. Pero on its own, pag nilagay nyo po ang gel food color, gaya ng Sugar King sa inyong fondant, hindi po kayo magkakaroon ng ganong issue. Pag nagkaroon kayo, mami, tawagan mo lang ako.
Thank you.
Mamaya, bibigay sa number ko.
Thank you. Ako.
Ay, sige po.
Pwede ko rin po bang gawin yan? Ilagay yan sa aking red velvet.
Ang alin po? Ay, okay. Mami, that's a very good question. Medyo matingkad po kasi si Red Velvet. Pwede po siya, pero medyo marami po kayo magagamit. But, bake stable po siya, hindi po magbago yung lasa, at hindi magbabago yung kulay kapag binake ninyo yung inyong red velvet cake. So, the answer to your question is yes.
Thank you.
Yes, anyone pa po?
Any question po? So wala na po ba?
Ang tipid sa
Siya,
tanong.
iwanan na kita dyan siya.
Kakanta ba ako dito? Kakanta talaga ako.
So wala na po ata.
Wala na kayong question? Sayang naman. May bayad na yung tanong sa susunod.
So yun. So okay na po pala, chef. So wala na
Ay, bakit bumate?
Pwede, chef. Interview ko na ito, chef. Kasi kanina wala ka dito eh. So yun nga kasi sila Chef Madel.
Sorry, late ako kasi galing pa po ako ng SMX. Kuratsa mode po kasi ako today. So may demo po ako dun sa kabila, tapos may demo ako dito, tapos babalik ako uli sa kabila, tapos mamaya magkikita kami ni Ma'am Suzette ng Sweet Best.
Okay. So, chef, last question, no? So, kasi
Last agad, kakaumpisa lang.
last question.
Ayaw niyo na ako dito, last eh.
Last question na, chef. So, ang question po natin is, kasi kanina ina-interview ko si Chef Madel and then si Chef Joe, ano gano'n ka-importante yung food color? Gano'n ka-importante na maganda yung food color mo? Saan ginagawa mong mga big foods or decoration? So, for you, Q&A yun from Miss Universe.
Thank you for that wonderful question, Miss Camille. Kung sa level po ng importance, syempre, nasa top yan, nasa priority. Kasi ang ating pong kinakain na food, not just with cake or desserts, di ba? You appreciate it visually before you taste it. Home baker, naka-uniform. Oh, hello! Sa mga taga-Binangalan home bakers, napansin ko na naka-uniform sila at baka sasayaw tumamaya. Diba, kapag kumakain ka, bago mo yan isupo, bago mo matikman, tinitingnan mo muna, kaya nga nauso yung Instagrammable, diba? So, dapat yung cakes mo, yung desserts mo, perfect ang kulay niyan. Kapag ka yung kulay ng dessert mo ay maputla, halimbawa, gumawa ka ng red velvet, like the example kanina, no? Tapos yung red velvet mo, pink. Ay, di pink velvet yun, di ba? So, it's very important na true ang color mo. At ma-achieve mo lang yan with good food color, especially for cake decorators. Di ba? Ito talaga. Madalas, kapag ang order sa iyo ay malalaking cake, color specific yan, like wedding cakes, di ba? Pag wedding cakes, kailangan kakulay ng damit ng bride. So, kailangan maganda yung food color mo kasi pag pangit ang food color mo, gusto ni bride pink yung cake mo parang maputla. Kasi pangit yung food color na ginamit ko. Oh, so that is the most important ang Sugar King. Kaya dapat Sugar King ang gagamitin natin lahat. Yes? Ayoko na. Pababa na dito. Oh. Mag-ingay!
So, chef, ngayong araw, papakita natin through product demonstration. So, chef, kung ano magpakilala sa kanya? Si Kumare. Go!
Yan, syempre, hindi mabubuo ang araw ninyo pag di kayo nakakita ng pogi.
Ikaw muna. Gusto niyo ba ng pogi?
Ay, ang hina, parang ayaw. Oh, gusto niyo ba ng pogi? Yes! Na magaling magturo? Yes! Na macho, mas maraming kaysa sa akin. Siyempre, ang ating demo chef for today, walang iba kundi ang napakagaling na si Chef Clyden.
So, nasa
Sana
na po
pumasok ka na, Chef Clyden.
Wait lang.
Wait lang ha, wait lang. Chef, siyempre nagpe-prep pa siya. Chef Clyden, nandiyan ka ba? Kung nandiyan ka, magparamdam ka.
Pwede na siya kanina.
Ayan na siya. Oh, wala ba ng palakpakan? Ano? Nakakawalang ganang mag-demo, ha? Yan. Yan, sa maniwala kayo sa hindi, first time namin nag-meet in person. Chef, pwede daw konting question.
Bawal love life.
Yung panuwa ng tanong ng madlang people. Yan. So, syempre, kilala nyo na siya. Actually, he doesn't need any introduction. Pero gusto ko lang ipakilala uli sa inyo kasi ito talaga yung isa sa pinakamagaling tsaka idol ko na chef na talagang pag siya nagturo nga bells kayo ko. Sabi tanongin daw kita bawal love life.
Bawal love life.
Ano na lang, chef, ano paborito mong pagkain?
Chicken breast.
Oh.
Diet.
Kaya, yung pag nagkamali ka, puputok. Yan. So sige na, hindi na kita kukulitin. Alam ko, ready ka na. And everyone is so excited to experience having a demo with you. So guys, let's all welcome again Chef Clyden!
Okay, pala siya. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Medyo mas formal ako ng konti compared to Chef Abe. So for today, guys, I will be doing 2 recipes. And syempre, bibigyan namin kayo ng flavor samples for each of the demo. Okay? So, when I teach, I'm very technical, but I'm also very practical. So, I mix technicalities and practicalities together. Medyo ma-English lang ako ng konti because I try to explain the best techniques that is applicable for certain recipes. Okay? So, we'll start with our rainbow cake. Food coloring. We'll start with our rainbow cake. So, the reason why we are starting with the rainbow cake because gusto namin i-showcase yung food coloring in all of the cake layers and we want to showcase the food coloring in the frosting as well. Okay? So, this is a very easy rainbow cake recipe. To be honest, when I do rainbow cake, I avoid using chiffon and sponges because chiffon and sponges are very soft. So medyo, para sa akin, medyo malambot siya. And what you have to understand, rainbow cake is 6 to 7 layers. Okay? Technicalities, rainbow is 7 colors. But in the baking industry, when we say rainbow cake, ang ginagawa lang po namin is 6 layers. Okay? So when you do layering for the rainbow cake, you have red, orange, yellow, green, purple, and blue. So 6 colors. You can eliminate indigo if you want, okay? But if you want, pwede na naman siya nandyan. So this is the best. This is the best way to showcase how good the food coloring of Sugar King. Okay, so let's start. Follow Sugar King team. Can I have the food coloring? Okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let's start. Sige guys, let's start with the ingredients first. Don't worry guys because ipopost po namin yung recipe sa Sugar King. So don't worry. Pagpunta nyo mamaya sa Facebook page, the recipe is there. So no need for you to copy, just listen to the important notes sa recipe. Okay, let's start. I'll start by making a pound cake. Okay, so this is a classic pound cake. In the Philippines kasi, alam niyo yun, sanay na sanay ang mga Pilipino sa chiffon and sponges. So yes, we grew up tasting Goldilocks and the Ribbon. So in Philippines, ang standard talaga is the momon-like texture. But what you have to understand, ang dami pong klase ng cake. Okay? Whenever I teach cake classes, meron po tayong tinatawag na fudgy cake. Pag sinabi ko natin fudgy, ito po yung moist, siksik, heavy. Meron din po tayong tinatawag na chiffon or aerated base. So, sponges and chiffon will fall under the aerated cakes. So, if you want mamon type, doon po tayo sa chiffon and sponges. Now, meron din po tayong tinatawag na butter cake and pound cakes. When you compare pound cakes and butter cakes to chiffon, obviously pound cakes are a bit more heavier. Okay? So, ito ay we always sell celebration cakes. Ang mga cakes po namin in our business or celebration, medyo matataas. So we really avoid using sponge cake and chiffons. So yung mga heavy cakes, they're good cakes for stacking. Okay? So ganito lang yan, para mas maintindihan natin, pag sinabi ko na, have you tasted banana cake? The answer would be yes. Have you tasted mamon? The answer would be yes. Pero when you compare mamon and banana cake, both of them is sobrang magkaiba. Okay? So this pound cake is nasa side po ng dense and heavy. Now let's go to the ingredients now. Okay, so we have number one, we have your butter. Next, we have your cream cheese. So technically, guys, we call this recipe a cream cheese pound cake. Okay? So butter, cream cheese, and then we have your granulated sugar. Next, for your step number 2, we have eggs and vanilla. Step number 3, we have your dry ingredients. This is your all-purpose flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Again, the recipe will be uploaded in the Sugar King page. Okay? Or meron na dyan?
Meron na
Okay, nandiyan na pala. Okay, let's start. So, sino first time nakakita ng butter and cream cheese in the creaming method? Na hindi frosting, I'm talking about the cake mixture. So, some of you might feel na baka kakaiba masyado yung step. But what you have to understand is, meron pong iba't ibang klaseng fat in the baking industry. So, meron po tayong butter as a fat. We also have oil as a fat. We also have shortening as a fat. So, this one is a combination of butter and cream cheese. Now, chef, bakit ka gumagamit ng cream cheese in the production of your pound cake? Number one, I'm using it for flavor.
Dun yun sa
So, pag
camera
natikman
mo.
niyo yung cake, very deep cream cheese flavor. Number 2, I'm also using this one for moisture. Okay? So, kung nakatikim na kayo ng Red River or Goldilocks na tawag ito, na butter cake, it's a little bit more heavier than that. Okay? So, ito talaga good cake for stacking. Okay, let's start. Butter, cream cheese, and your sugar. So we are doing a basic cleaning method. So guys, the key in cleaning method is that you have to start with the softened butter. When you say softened butter, malambot. So ang technique lang dyan is prior to baking, just labas lang sa ref for 1 to 2 hours. Hindi kayo pwede mag-microwave ng butter just to soften it. Because when you microwave the butter, part of the fat becomes liquid. And you have to understand na syempre, pag cleaning method, it has to be solid fat. Now, let's go to your cream cheese. Cut it into smaller cubes para mas mabilis mag-cream. And we have your sugar. Okay? Ayan, kita mo. Okay. Now, we are going to cream this one together. Okay, so cleaning time is about 5 to... okay. So, we have, sa dessert draft, pag hindi ka pa nakakapag-class sa amin, we teach baking for beginners agad. So, kaya hindi pa nakakapag-class, yun talaga yung class na yung recommend namin. Now, alam niyo ba na watching YouTube is okay, but ang problema nyo sa watching YouTube, not all informations are correct. Okay? Kasi, merong magagaling, merong okay lang. No, we're not bashing. Ang sinasabi ko lang is, when you start learning, it should be the right steps or the proper steps. In the baking industry, this is one of the most common steps na parang, alam mo yun, feeling nila basta mahalo yung butter and sugar, okay na. Guys, you really have to finish the creaming method because creaming method is very important. The foundation of your cake is in the creaming method. So guys, hindi aalsa yung cake nyo basta-basta kung hindi properly creamed ang product. Walang foundation yung flavor kapag hindi cream yung product. And most importantly, hindi matutunaw yung asukal kapag hindi nyo na-cream properly. But what you have to understand is that in the mixer, you are breaking down the sugar Pag hinawakan mo yan, meron pa rin asukal. But in the oven, that is where the melting happens. So you don't expect that during the cleaning method, doon pa lang, doon mismo matutunaw yung asukal. Now, ang second na sinasabi ko sa mga students ko is that huwag niyong gagalawin yung recipe basta-basta. Hindi ibig sabihin na gusto niyong bawasan yung asukal, babawasan nyo. Kasi most of the people think that sugar is only sweetness in the product. Yes, asukal is sweetness. The problem is you don't understand that the texture and the moisture of the cake is in the sugar. Minsan, pag nagbawas ka agad ng 1/4 cup ng asukal sa product, yung product nagda-dry out automatic. And that is normal. Kasi nga, sugar is moisture, texture, and sweetness. Okay? So, halfway through. Okay, we're going to split the sides. So guys, this is the halfway through on the mixing procedure. We are going to continue. So guys, also, you have to take note that I'm also doing half recipe. Okay, so yung nasa papel nyo po, that's already a full recipe. Yung nasa demo area is only half recipe. So when we say full recipe, you can make 6 round 8 inches cake na maninipis. Kasi this is still a rainbow cake. So yung product ko will be dividing it into 3. Okay, so for our representation for the color, we are going to use our sugar cane red, orange, and yellow. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, few more minutes and then we are going to continue. Okay, next one. Prepare your eggs. So in the Philippines, ang daming tanong, ano ba talaga yung proper size ng egg? In the Philippines, it's always large. Okay, because small and medium is a little bit small. So large tayo. Large is technically 50 grams. But, guys, when you see eggs in the recipe, kaya 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs, that means the recipe is not that sensitive. But if you see a recipe na nakasulat na 75 grams egg, you have to scramble the egg and you have to measure 75 grams. Okay? Next. Our next procedure is your eggs and vanilla. So in your recipe, we have 8 eggs. I'm doing half recipe, so I have 4. So ang technique sa egg is that add 1, absorb, add number 2, absorb, add number 3, absorb, and add number 4. Mabilis po talaga ang adding of the egg. It doesn't make sense when you add the egg and then you mix for 2 to 3 minutes longer. Wala po siyang madudulot sa recipe. Okay, so let's add. So when I say absorb, I add 1 egg. Once I don't see the trace of the first egg, I add egg number 2. Okay? So chef, bakit hindi pwedeng biglain or isabay-sabay natin yung egg? It's because butter is fat, egg is fat. So pag binigla mo yung combination, it might split. And for recipes with high liquid, kung splitted yung start mo at nag-milk ka pa, mas mag-split yung mixture. But for our recipe today, since pound cake to, wala po tong liquid. Okay? Last one, guys, egg number 4, egg number 3, and egg number 4. And then we split the sides again. Okay, split the sides. Next, let's prepare your dry ingredients. Okay, so take note, my dry ingredients are already sifted. So, few techniques. Chef, ano bang okay? Sift muna bago measure or measure before sifting? Kaya rin bumili kami ng sako ng flour. Bago, kasi we have containers. We don't get directly from the sako. From the sako to the container, we sift. So, that's sifting number 1. And then, on the mixture, before we measure, we sift it first. So, example, production. We are making 100 cakes. So, doon pa lang, may umaga yung staff ko mag-sift muna ng flour sa umaga, and then we measure the needed measurement for the cake. If it's cups or grams, basta ano muna, sifting, and then you're doing another sifting po in the mixture. When you say sifting in the mixture, when you combine all of the dry ingredients together, okay? But since this is already sifted, I'll just combine everything in the bowl. Okay? So let's start. All-purpose flour. Next, we have your baking powder, baking soda, and we have your salt. Okay? And then we have your salt. And then fold this one together. So, gusto ko lang i-correct yung technique na people will always change cake flour to all-purpose flour just to make the product softer. It's not true to all recipes. Okay? But you have to understand, may mga recipe po na kailangan all-purpose flour talaga. Now, what is the difference between cake, all-purpose flour, and bread flour? Gluten content. Ang cake flour, sobrang baba ng gluten content. That's why the cake is very soft. While on the other hand, bread flour ito yung tawag na hard wheat flour, a lot of gluten, kaya medyo matigas. Sa bread, okay lang yan. But for cakes, guys, example, pound cake ang ginagawa ko. When I use cake flour for this recipe, medyo weird yung consistency. Parang nagiging a little bit gummy or wala siyang structure. Alam mo yung parang cake na tinatanggal mo pa lang sa pan, nag-fall apart na. Kasi nga, walang structure. And you get structure from the flour. Okay? So that's why the perfect flour for this recipe is all-purpose flour. Please don't change to cake flour for the thinking na lalambot yung cake ko pag cake flour yung gamit. Okay? That's true pag chiffon. But for most butter cakes and pound cakes, it's always all-purpose flour. Okay? Meron nga akong pound cake recipe. Okay? So let's start. This is our last step. Okay. So if you have a big mixer, you can add the dry ingredients as one. If you have a smaller mixer or hand mixer, you can add it in 2 to 3 additions. Okay? So depende po doon sa kayang depende dun sa quantity na kaya ng inyong mixer bowls. Okay? So, fold it first. Okay? You know what, guys? I use this recipe for white wedding cakes. Okay? Without coloring, syempre. Okay? Let's continue. Okay, so let's start mixing. So, ang rule ko naman dito, which you won't see in my books, once I see dry ingredients, I count 1 to 10. Yung counting ko na 1 to 10, guide lang po yan. Okay? So, medyo weird kasi put in my book na on the last dry ingredient, count 1 to 10. Okay? So, sa akin, guide lang yan. You know muffins? Ang muffins is only 5 counts. Kasi muffin is high leavener, high flour, which is high gluten. So, the longer that you mix, the tougher the muffin gets. Let's be honest, in the Philippines, ang daming muffin na pwede mong ibato. Diba? Kasi nga, hindi tama yung recipe ng muffin, saka masyadong overmix ang muffin. Muffins and coffee cakes are very sensitive to overmixing. Okay? So, no dry ingredients. Let's count 1 to 10. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? Okay, next one, we are going to divide this in 3 bowls. So, again, ang one recipe will give you 6 bowls, 6 pans, okay? We are just doing this one because we are doing a rainbow cake, okay? If I'm gonna do a vanilla cake, to be honest, ang division ko lang is 3 pan or 4 na pan, okay? But since this is a rainbow cake, each cake layer is around 1 inches in height. So total mga nasa 5.5 to 6.5 yung total height ng ating cake, okay? So guys, to be honest, we already have a prepared layered for you. But just to show you the functions of our Sugar King food coloring, we are going to show you how to color. Okay, so Chef, how can you identify if the food coloring is maganda? Okay, dalawa yan. So, ang sinasabi ko nga sa mga bakers, number 1, baking application and frosting application or decorative application. What you have to understand is that ang food coloring, nagkakaroon po ng reaction in the oven. Okay? Now, the good thing about Sugar King food coloring is it's water-based. Chef, kung water-based yan, ano naman, bakit siya maganda? Okay? Kasi kapag oil-based ang food coloring nyo, it's very concentrated. And the higher the concentrate, ang nangyayari is, mas malayo yung timpladong kulay doon sa output. Nagets mo ba? For example ang target ko pastel pink. And then, ang ganda na ng timpla ko. Tapos pagdating sa oven, naging neon pink. So usually, if your food coloring is oil-based, that usually happens. So ang water-based kasi, pwede po sa kahit sa cake. Whether you're making chiffon cakes, butter cakes, or pound cake. So that's one of the benefit, oil-based. Number 2, totoo naman that food coloring will develop a little, whether you're using it for baking products or in icing products. But dapat yung templado nyo, the development should not be so far from each other. Example, ang templado nyo is pastel pink. Kapag nag-develop po yung color, dapat 1 to 2 shades darker lang siya. Hindi pwede na nagtimpla ka ng pastel pink and after a while, sobrang neon pink na ng color. So, yun yung templado. Now, if we compare baked products than frosting product, mas malayo po ang tingkad kapag binibake natin yung products natin. So, if we're planning to do dark shades like red, blue, yung mga dark violet, dark green, this is a good product. Okay? Now, ako nga, alam nyo, nung pinakita sa akin, sabi ko, kakaiba yung packaging, no? Kasi siya, pointed. Tapos na-gets ko na, okay, oo nga pala. Pag gumagamit ako ng food coloring na nasa tub, binubuksan ko pa yan. Naglalagay pa ako ng toothpick, lalagay pa sa cake, tapon, another one. Tapos minsan yung icing ko, nandun na sa loob ng food coloring. So to be honest, ang galing-galing talaga ng nakaisip na to. So kung sino nakaisip nito, Camille, pakabigyan ng special award. Okay? Ang galing talaga kasi siya, alam mo yan, very baker-friendly and usable. Okay? So let's start coloring now. Okay? So, okay, next one. So I'm doing 3 drops, guys. Okay? Pag nag-drop kayo, guys, huwag niyong idikit yung pointed mouth doon sa batter. Okay? Do 10 to 20 cm higher. Okay, let's continue. Let's fold it. Kita ba yung color? Okay. So guys, sa TV, medyo lighter yung color ng konti. Okay, kasi parang masyadong gradient yung TV, but it's really dark. Okay? Okay? So we'll add a little bit more. Ang in-add ko po kanina is around 3 drops. We'll do 5 drops per cake layer. Okay. Okay? So guys, if you have time, tomorrow until Friday, may iba't ibang chefs po na mag-demo here and you'll get a chance to do hands-on. So tomorrow, pagbalik niyo po dito, may mga table setup na po dito and 3 of the best decorator chefs will be doing their demos, sugar figures, flower piping, etc. Okay? So this is our red, orange, and yellow. We are now going to pan. Okay? Now for the panning of the cake, do you know that I don't put any oil in my pans? I don't put any oil or shortening. Pag in-explain ko sa mga student, usually parang, ba't ginaglalagay siya chef ng oil or shortening? What you have to understand is cake has natural oil. Even without shortening, matatanggal mo yan. Dalawa lang ang nilalagay ko ng shortening. Number 1 is fruit cake, and number 2 is my high sugar brownie. Kasi meron akong high sugar brownie na dapat sobrang chewy. So yun, kailangan ko lagyan ng a little bit shortening kasi dumidikit sa side. Not only that, any product with marshmallow. Kasi di ba kaya yung brownie mo, nilagyan mo ng marshmallow. Minsan, pag nabibake yung marshmallow, madikit talaga sa side ng pan. Okay? So we are going to pan this one now. We'll just do 1 sample. Side na to. We'll just do 1 sample. So parchment paper on the bottom, no shortening on the side. We're able to take out the cake even without the shortening or oil on the side. Okay? If sanay po kayo maglagay ng oil or shortening in the sides of your pan, that's fine. Ang lagi ko kasi sinasabi sa students ko is that absorb what you want to absorb. Okay? Syempre, different chefs will have different techniques, but absorb nyo lang yung gusto nyo i-absorb or absorb what is more practical to you. Okay? But if you observe, guys, especially sa chiffon cakes and sponges, kapag may mantika, lalo na pag sobrang kapal ng mantika or shortening sa pan, mabilis pong mag-shrink yung cake. Okay? Okay, so flatten. And then, okay, we are going to tap twice. And then we are going to bake. Okay? Now, I'll give you one technique, even if the technique is not related to the cake. Ang mga cakes na pound cake and butter cakes, even carrot cake and banana, hindi sila maarte. Okay, so they can wait outside for like 30 minutes to 1 hour before you put them in the oven. But still, I would still mix them bago ko pa rin sila isalang. But for cakes with meringue, like chiffon sponges, butter cakes, ang rule po dyan is after folding, di ba na-fold mo na, you only have 10 minutes para ipasok siya sa oven. Kasi what you have to understand is meringue is gawa po sa hangin, and kapag nasa labas po yung cake for more than 10 minutes, lumalabas na yung hangin. So, ang mangyari, in your cake, you won't get the full height capacity of your cake. Okay? So, this is our end product now. Okay, so, this is your red pound cake, and this is your orange pound cake. If you can see, the baking is perfect. Yung cake mismo nakadikit sa gilid ng cake, sa gilid ng pan. Kapag umurong ang ating cake, that means that, number 1, the cake is overbaked. Number 2, the heat of the oven is too high, masyadong mataas. Now, another funny question that I always see in the group, Chef, paano po pag nag-dome yung cake? Mali na po yung cake ko. Guys, doming of the cake is a characteristic of a high-fat cake and a high-leavener cake. So, in other words, kapag madami po ang itlog, mantika, gatas, baking soda, and baking powder ng cake, it will naturally dome. But doming is not a mistake in the cake. Doming is a characteristic of a high-fat and a high-leavener cake. You as a chef, kailangan mo lang siya i-level. Nanonood kayo ng Cake Boss? Diba anong ginagawa nila? Lagi po sila nagka-cut ng cake. Because Cake Boss are always using pound cakes and heavy cakes. So, cutting is natural. Pero sa recipe ko, guys, it will never dome kasi binalanse ko talaga yung fat content ng product. So, no problem with cutting off the cake. Pag nag-dome po yung recipe ko, that only means masyado mainit yung oven nyo kasi it's pulling up the product in the center. Okay, gets po ba? Okay, so next, finished product. Mag-icing na ba tayo, guys? Okay? So for the icing, actually, guys, I will be doing, I have 2 recipes for today. So I will be doing the icing on the part 2. But just to give you the steps of the icing, I'll discuss it right now. Do you have your recipe sheet, guys? Eyes on the recipe. Okay, so we have our cream cheese frosting. So for the cream cheese frosting, we have 3/4 cup non-dairy cream. We have 3/4 cup cream cheese. We have 1/2 cup butter. We have 1 1/2 cup sugar cane powdered sugar. Okay, so alam niyo naman that the flagship brand is the powdered sugar, correct? Sino na-try na ng sugar cane powdered sugar? Ang ganda, sobra. Napanood niyo na po ba yung aking crinkle recipe in Facebook? Because that's one of my first video. That crinkle recipe is sobrang sarap. No joke. Okay, tanong niyo sa mga nakapag-bake. So, for me guys, 2 qualities of a good powdered sugar. Number 1, hindi siya mabilis magbasa. However, ang pagbabasa is not only on the powdered sugar. Minsan, kapag yung recipe mo talagang mabasa or moist, kahit gano'ng ganda pa yung powdered sugar, i-absorb niya. Okay, number 2, you also have to understand the concept of condensation. Pag sinabi po natin condensation, pag naglagay ka ng produkto sa ref, tapos masyadong malayo yung temperature from the ref to outside, magpapawis talaga lahat yan. Okay? So example, alam niyo yung mga nasa Tupperware na ulam, tapos nilalagay niyo sa labas. So, like from the freezer to outside temperature, talaga magkakondense siya. So sa crinkle recipe, ang techniques po is that when you make crinkles, kailangan mo siyang i-round sabay-sabay. So i-round mo sabay-sabay, chill for 30 minutes, and then after that, haluin mo sabay-sabay. Okay? Now, for the frosting, guys, wala po akong problema kay Sugar King kasi I don't even need to sift it. Okay? But still, nag-sift pa rin ako for safety. Kasi kapag masyado namang matagal naka-store sa box ang any powdered sugar, talaga mabubuo talaga siya. Kasi especially kung hindi airtight yung container natin. So even if Sugar King is super fine, kung mali naman yung storage natin, magbubuo pa rin yung asukal. All you have to do is do a sifting procedure for the powdered sugar. But, as you can see, yung ibang powdered sugar, di ba, ang tagal-tagal ma-absorb ng ingredients, ang Sugar King sobrang perfect. It's well tested in the frosting. I know, si Sugar King kasi talagang ang market talaga niya is the decorators kasi nga perfect for royal icing, perfect for gum paste, perfect for fondant, but you can also use that in decorating, in baking and decorating, because a lot of icing recipes in the Philippines are based from powdered sugar. Okay, American buttercream is made from powdered sugar. Cream cheese frosting is made from powdered sugar. A lot of whipped cream icing na nag-a-add pa tayo ng konting powdered sugar is made from powdered sugar. Okay, so please use Sugar King powdered sugar because it's one of the best. Okay? Hindi po ako papayag na maging part ng brand kung hindi maganda yung product at kung hindi ko, I don't believe in the product. Okay? Okay, so, ang technique po is that you just have to cream your cream cheese, butter, and powdered sugar together, and then fold down daily. Okay? Don't worry, we're going to do a sample later in the recipe number 2. Okay? So, this is our cream cheese frosting. So, fold it a little bit. Okay, and then we are going to use our pink food coloring naman sa ating cream cheese frosting. Okay? So let's do 2 drops first for the pink. Okay? Kasi nga ang target natin dito is pastel. Okay. So this is our pink icing. We already prepared the purple and the blue. Okay. So sa blue mga 1 drop lang, sa purple mga 1 drop lang din. Okay. But for the pink, since medyo pastel siya, I did 2 drops. Okay. Next one. We are going to continue with the icing of our cake. So if you can see, guys, we already stacked up some of the cakes. So we have your purple, blue, green, and yellow. Next, we're going to stock up our orange and red. Okay? Okay, so apply our cream cheese frosting. Pero guys, ang rainbow cake, dapat pinapresyuhan nyo rin yung labor. Mahirap po gumawa ng rainbow cake. Hindi naman after is matrapo. Kasi imagine, 6 pans, going to divide 6 batters, color each, cost of the food coloring, etc. etc. Okay? Okay, so orange. So ang patong po niyan, remember the good side of the cake is always the side, yung nasa ilalim. Okay? So guys, no need to cut the cake. The recipe is perfect. It's really flat. Okay? Okay, and then one more. So don't worry guys, kasi later i-cut natin yung cake para makita niyo po talaga yung layering. Chef, ang taas naman ng cake. Can I just do half recipe? The answer for that pwede. Pero half recipe, siguro mga nasa 30 cm na lang yung cake. Pero mag-mount pa rin siya to 50. Okay? So parang mangyayari half inch. Pero ang half recipe, guys, masyado maliit. Parang ang half recipe is only until the green. So I would highly recommend that you do 3/4 recipe if you want smaller. Because 3/4 recipe is until the yellow. Okay? Imagine nyo paano yung sisiksik yung 6 na kulay dyan sa 3 layers. Masyadong manipis, guys. Okay? Even me, mahihirapan ako kasi though maganda yung recipe ng cake, ang problema mo naman is the nipis ng cake. So, transfer, biyak, patong, biyak. Okay? Next one, ang last cake layer is always pag ganito. Okay? Hindi po pa ganyan. Okay? So, last cake layer. Okay, press. Kasi mataas siya, guys. Okay. So, magsasabay na po tayo ng demo. While my staff will do the crumb coat, I will be doing the triple coloring in the one piping bag. Okay? So, we'll do crumb coat now. We'll just move the mixture a little bit. Okay? And then, I will do the triple color in, triple icing in the piping bag. Okay, so for tall cakes also, you have to remember that minsan hindi talaga kaya ng spatula. Kasi if you look at the spatula, mas mataas pa yung cake sa spatula. So for tall cakes, you really have to use this one. Okay? So this is what we call an acrylic scraper. Acrylic scraper. To be honest, ito kailangan yung paggawa kasi minsan walang mabibili na ganito mataas. Saan ko po nabili? Hindi ko po alam. Sister ko yung bumili. Okay? Okay, next one. Let's prepare your triple icing. So this is tip 336. This is tip 336. Okay, so medyo kakaiba. Hindi siya basta-basta started kasi naka-angled na curve ng konti. So this is what we call tip 336. Okay? And then, for the three colors, we need 3 piping bags. May ibang chef ang ginagawa, they roll cling wrap, they put the colors, and then they roll it like a sausage, and then pinapasok sa piping bag. But, mas magastos lang to sa piping bag, but I put it in 3 different piping bags first. Gutom na ba kayo, guys? May tasting naman, don't worry. Okay? So, pink. Next, let's do blue and our purple. So, again, guys, please try Sugar King. Food coloring kasi alam niyo pansin ko sa mga bakers kung ano yung nakasanayan, yun talaga. I know, I understand loyalty, but also have to understand that every year may na-develop na better brands. Kasi di ba, ano naman yan, di ba, talaga may na-develop na better brands. So, try it first. Baka ma-surprise kayo. That's why ito yung dinemo ko kasi I want to show you that you can make primary and secondary colors using the Sugar King food coloring, and you can also make pastels using the Sugar King food coloring. Okay? Kasi daw minsan, pag magpa-pastel ka, bumibili ka pa ng special pastel color. You don't need to, guys. Kailangan mo lang is a lesser drop of the product. Okay? Last one. Guys, you also have to understand that dapat you also understand the base of your product. Iba po ang pagkulay ng white icing, iba po ang pagkulay ng whipping cream icing, iba din po ang pagkulay ng buttercream. Ang buttercream is more on the yellowish side, especially kapag yung recipe nyo is high in egg yolk. Kasi may mga buttercream na gawa po sa egg yolk which is super yellow in color. So syempre, the shade of the yellow will really affect your bases for the coloring. But the reason kung bakit white icing ginamit natin is para makita niyo yung talagang tinge of color for every icing. Okay? So guys, this is our crumb coat. Okay? We'll do one more coat. Okay? So let's do a final coat now. And then, this 3 piping bag. Okay? Okay, scissors. Okay? Cut, guys. Make a hole. And then, okay, so insert your 3 piping bags here. Make sure lang na level sila. Okay, and then, wait. And then equally press. Okay, and then bring it up, squeeze again. Then squeeze again. Okay, so this is our triple layered icing, cream cheese frosting. Okay, and then when you pipe it, para mas clear at makita natin lahat, okay, okay, so yan yung ating end product or end color. Okay, so saan ko ito ginagamit? I use this technique for my mermaid cake. Kasi ang mermaid cake ko laging blue, purple, and pink. Ginagamit ko dito sa unicorn. Diba nakita niyo, puting-puting yung unicorn tapos may tatlong kulay. And most of the unicorn orders are pang babae. That's why puro pastel yung color. Talagang, this is a good combination. Actually, ano to, actually hindi kami nawawalan ng ganitong kulay ng icing sa aming kitchen. If you want to see our cake, you can search on Instagram, Dessert Draft Cake Shop. Medyo social lang yung cake because that's our ano ang ano lang talaga is custom cakes. We have a cafe, but we focus in making custom cakes. Okay, next one. Let's focus on the other elements of your decoration. So meron kaming pastel sugar beads. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Okay, Jeff. Okay, guys, do you have any question while we are finishing the code test? Do you have any questions or clarifications? Meron po ba? Nahiya magtanong? Thank you. Actually guys, ito kasi wala tayong chiller ngayon so medyo delikado yung cake. Okay? Pero kasi showcase ko talaga that the recipe is really good. Kaya yung nakataas. Okay. Okay, next. Let's decorate now. Okay, so clock, orasan, 12, 6, 3, and 9. Pero actually yung rainbow cake ko, hindi pastel yung ginagamit ko sa taas. Ang rainbow cake ko, ang combination ko is dark red, 4 na kulay, red, yellow, green, green and purple. So parang primary colors and secondary colors yung ginagawa ko. But for the purpose of showcasing the coloring capacity of our Sugar King food coloring, nag-pastel ako for this demo. Okay, and then apply our sugar beads on top. may long plate tayo for the cut. And then we are going to pipe the sides. Okay. Sige, yan lang. Okay. Okay. And then okay. So guys, this is our end product. Do you want to cut the cake? Okay, so ika-cut natin cake, but hindi kasi ito chinil. Okay, so medyo gaganon yung cake. Okay, kasi wala rin tayong chiller for today. So, we just want to cut because we want to show you yung ganda talaga ng ating food coloring. Okay? So, yung sinabi nga sa akin na chef, magde-demo ka ng food coloring. Talagang pinush ko na rainbow cake kasi I think that's in baking, that's the best showcase for the food coloring. Okay? When I cut cake, nag-torch pa ako, but we have torch. Okay, we have torch. So ayan yan lang problema kapag hindi natin na-chill. Magkakaroon siya ng parang bewang may kapatid. Again, that's normal. Wala po tayong chiller for today. Okay? Okay? So guys, tutumbayan for sure kasi hindi nga intact yung icing. Ang intact na icing lang yung nasa ilalim kasi we stack it in advance. Do we have a stick? May stick ba tayo, Melvin? Walang stick. Okay. So guys, hahawakan ko na para lang hindi bumagsak. That's the reason kung bakit hindi rin busy yung decor. Kasi nga, yung ganda, yung nasa loob. Okay? Happy na guys? Okay. Do you want to taste it? Yeah! Okay, sige. First take. So guys, don't worry, I will take photos later. Okay, don't worry. Saan ka pwede display?
Dito sa amin po, chef.
Pwede ba doon? Sa table. Saan? Parang picture na. Gusto nyo ba na isang recipe, guys? Okay. Punasan natin to, parang. Ikot. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Wait lang, punasan ko lang para mas maganda. Last na. Okay. So guys, yung samples lang nag-soak kasi kami ng syrup. That's why it's a little bit darker, the sample, okay? But this one, we did not soak any syrup kasi ayaw ko mag-bleed yung color. Okay? Di ba yung cake, pwede mo i-soak ng syrup? Okay, so actually in the recipe, meron po siya soaking liquid, but for the purpose of, I don't want the color to bleed, hindi na po ako naglagay ng soaker for this recipe. For this stack-up cake. Okay? Kasi pag may soaker, possible mag-bleed, especially that we stacked this one up 2 days ago. Do we have spoon, guys? Sugar, well, ha? Walang spoon? Sabi ni Camille meron daw. Okay. Set up na tayo. Next step. Okay, guys. Give me 3 minutes to set up and then we'll continue, guys. So, tikman nyo na muna lahat yan. May spoon ba tayo, guys? Sure. Baking pan. Nag-set din chocolate. Guys, ready for the next demo? Sige, ipapasa around lang namin yung next recipe. Next recipe, we're going to do brownie Napoleon. Okay? Okay, let's just wait for the recipe, guys. So right now, we are putting around the recipes and the product sample. Here is it. Okay, so you guys, let's start. Okay. Ayun o. Hindi brownie din. Ayun o. Kaya ako ng ano, kaya ako ng recipe ng brownie.
Sinabi mo ako makapalamukha.
Melvin. Okay, ready guys? Okay, so next recipe guys, we're going to do brownie Napoleon. So guys, medyo ano to, this is a little bit advanced in the concept. Kung kanina gumawa tayo ng medyo basic cake, that is a rainbow cake. This one guys, we're going to do a little bit advanced. We are going to do brownie Napoleon. So when you see Napoleon guys, it's layering, okay? Now, ang ating product na highlight for today is that we have our fine sugar, we have our brown sugar, we have our sugarcane glucose or sugarcane corn syrup. Both will work well in the recipe. Next, we have, and in the icing, we are going to make one of my favorite chocolate icing. Di ba sanay na sanay tayo gumawa ng ganache, which is chocolate and cream. I'm going to teach you how to make chocolate cream cheese frosting. Okay, ready? Okay, so this is a bar recipe. This is a brownie recipe, but to be honest, hindi siya yung pinaka-chocolatey na brownie recipe ko. Bakit? Because I'm going to use that for layering. So imagine nyo, you have brownie, you have chocolate layer, and then you have cream cheese layer. So pag kinain mo sabay-sabay yun, kung sobrang rich ng brownie mo, nakakaumay na yung recipe. Okay? Hindi ka naman pwede magkaroon ng matamis na component. So, to be honest, this is a good recipe, dense brownie recipe, but not as chewy, fudgy, and chocolatey compared sa other brownies na nakasanayan nyo. Okay, let's start. So, let's start with part 1. So, part 1, we have your butter, our value refined sugar, our sugarcane glucose. Okay, that's our first, and we have our value raw brown sugar. So, let me correct it, guys, ha. Yung brown sugar at sugar, magkasama po siya. Okay? So, I think na-miss lang po dun sa step. Ang magkakasama po is butter, refined sugar, glucose, brown sugar. After that, egg. So, nagkakalit lang yung egg and brown sugar. Are we clear? Okay. So, anyway, nakasulat din naman siya sa first part, procedure number 1. Okay, let's start. Let's mix everything in the mixer. Okay, mixer. So, let's get our glucose and corn syrup. Okay, so, saan madalas ginagamit ang glucose and corn syrup? Ang top 2 na ginagamitan ng glucose and corn syrup is cookies and bars, and the other one is marshmallow icing. Okay? So, kung marunong kayo gumawa ng Italian or marshmallow icing, kadalasan po naglalagay ng high fructose corn syrup. Now, in the baking industry, when you say high fructose corn syrup, that is what we call a regular corn syrup. Okay? Light corn syrup is not a regular corn syrup. Now, since this is a brownie recipe, to be honest, pwede po ang glucose at pwede din po ang corn syrup. Parehas na amount, pwede. Anong pagkakaiba? Wala masyado, guys. Because the role of the glucose and corn syrup in the recipe is just to make the recipe more denser and chewier. Chef, can we omit the recipe? Can we omit the glucose and corn syrup? The answer is pwede mong tanggalin. If you want a more cakey end product, or yung parang medyo cake in texture, tanggalin mo ang glucose at ang corn syrup. Okay? Now, ang maganda dito sa sugarcane, glucose, and corn syrup is, pag nabuksan mo na, hindi siya basta-basta nag-crystallize. Hindi ko alam kung na-notice yun sa ibang brands na parang pag-open nyo, tapos nag-crystallize na yung dito sa taas, nagbubuo-buo na. Ito talaga sobrang ganda ng formulation and concentration. Okay? So, we are going to start with our cleaning method. Again, ito lang yung sinasabi sa mga students ko na nag-aaral sa akin ng cookies and bar. Ang cookies at bar, mataas talaga ang sugar. Okay? Huwag nyo nang i-contest kasi the reason why the cookies is chewy, it's because of high sugar. It's impossible for you to make a chewy cookies na sobrang baba ng asukal. Remember that the chewiness is hindi nyo nakukuha sa butter, hindi nyo nakukuha sa egg, hindi nyo nakukuha sa flour. Makakuha nyo lang yan sa sugar component. Okay? Eh, chef, paano po yung mga sugar-free? Like, I'm also the chef of Equal Philippines. Ang Equal po, kapag ginamit nyo or other sugar replacements sa brownies and cookies, sobrang layo ng texture. Okay? It will get the sweetness that you need, pero yung texture niya hindi na siya fudgy. Hindi na rin siya ganun ka-chewy. Nakatikim na ba kayo ng sugar-free cookies? Di ba ang consistency parang medyo dense? Okay? Kasi nga, wala na po yung chewy aspect ng recipe. Okay? Again, cleaning method, let's do 5 to 7 minutes. Okay? I'll do a little bit of a speed up para lang mas bilis po ang ating cleaning consistency. Okay. For you to have a comparison, this is our starting stage. Okay, that is our starting stage. After 5 to 7 minutes, our target is light and fluffy consistency. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, next one. let's prepare your next ingredients. We have your 3 eggs. Okay, and then for our dry ingredients, we have our flour. Again, sa recipe ng brownies, best to use all-purpose flour. Pansin nyo, pag brownie recipe or bars, walang gumagamit ng cake flour sa recipe. Kasi nga, alam mo yun, the concept doesn't make sense. I mean, gumagamit ka ng cake flour para lumambot, ang brownies mo naman dense. So gets mo, bakit ka gagamit ng cake flour? The concept does not make sense. Okay, all-purpose flour. Next, we have our cocoa powder, baking soda, and we have your salt. Okay? So combine it together in our bowl. Okay? So again, guys, all of the dry ingredients are already sifted. Okay? Our baking soda and our cocoa powder. So in baking, guys, it's better to use an alkaline cocoa powder or Dutch process. So pag sinabi pong alkaline cocoa powder or Dutch process, parehas lang po yun. Okay? So bakit mas masarap ang alkaline sa baking procedure? Because when you say alkaline cocoa powder, nag-add po sila ng alkaline component to make the cocoa powder purer. So ang is, number 1, mas darker yung output. Number 2, mas malasa yung product. Okay? So, when you look for cocoa powders, huwag niyo pong i-depende dun sa kulay ng cocoa powder because the color does not represent the flavor. Okay? Kasi baka minsan ang pinipili niyo po yung mas kulay itim na cocoa powder. Remember that the color of the cocoa powder does not represent the taste component of the cocoa powder. Look for Dutch process or alkalized cocoa powder. Okay? So a few more minutes and then we'll add our next ingredient. Okay, speed up again. Okay, add your eggs one at a time. So same concept and same rule. Add 1 egg. Once absorbed, we'll add egg number 2 and egg number 3. Okay, and then egg number 3. Next one. Prepare pan. Prepare pan. Okay, next. Scrape the sides, guys. Add your dry ingredients. So remember, guys, this is already sifted. Add it in our mixer. And then, same technique. We are going to do semi-folding before we start our mixing procedure. So guys, tomorrow, I will be uploading one recipe in TikTok, matcha brownies. Sobrang sarap. Okay? Hindi siya related, but nasabi ko lang. Okay? Okay. Okay, and guys, on Friday, I'll have another demo in SMX. So kung makakapunta po kayo sa second floor, sa kitchen studio ng SMX, it's going to be very big. I think 200 participants. And then may tasting pa rin. I'm making my mocha caramel cake. And I'm going to do another Napoleon using strawberry and yema. Okay? So if you can come, it's under Bakersfield. It's on Friday po, 3 p.m. Okay? So 3 p.m. Friday. Okay, so let's start mixing. So once we don't see dry ingredients, we also we count 1 to 10 again. That is just a guide para hindi natin ma-overmix ang ating batter. Okay? So, you might find the recipe a little bit different kasi, di ba brownie recipe, sanay tayo na parang basak yung mixture. This is more on the parang cookie dough side. Okay? So, almost done. Scrape the sides. Okay, scrape sides. Scrape the bottom of the bowl. We are going to do our last mixing. Let's count 1 to 10 now. Medium speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, this is good. Okay, we are going to transfer now in our pan. Okay, next. For the panning, we need a 10 by 14 rectangular pan. Same, I don't put any shortening or oil. Itong brownie recipe po to, hindi po siya masyadong madikit doon sa pan. So you can also remove it. Ang ginagawa ko lang is parchment on one side because ayoko yung may lupot or tupi doon sa this point. So isang ano lang, isang paganon lang. Okay? So parchment paper or wax paper. Okay, and then we are going to pan and flatten. Yan na. Ito, okay na. Okay, and then we are going to flatten using a spatula. Okay, so guys, this is not the final color of your bar. Actually, yung final color na is dark brown. Okay? So, if you want a regular brownie, just add chocolate chip and walnuts for this one. But again, gagamitin po natin siya as a base for our Napoleon. Okay, so guys, this recipe will give you tatlong Napoleon. Ang cut ko po kasi is pa ganyan. So tatlong rectangular size, about 6 or 5 by 10. Okay? So after baking, guys, this is going to be our brownie base for our Napoleon. Okay, so that's our brownie base. So please expect that from this one, when you bake, it becomes darker. Okay, clear? Okay, sige. Next, let's go to the frosting. This is one of your best takeaway recipe. Okay, let's focus on the last part, guys. Let's focus on the last part, chocolate cream cheese frosting. Okay, so gagamit din ako ng glass bowl para mas makita natin yung mixture. Okay. This one, paper. Okay, let's start. Okay, number one, you have to prepare your ganache in advance. So we already cooked this a day before. So look at that 750 chocolate ganache. So it's a total of 350 grams of dark chocolate plus 400 cream. So I know that you know how to make basic ganache. Cook the cream, heat the cream, and then add your chocolate. After one day, this is your output. Okay, so this is our ganache. Next one, let's combine our cream cheese and sugar cane confectioner powdered sugar. Okay, so let's put our cream cheese in the bowl. Okay, next one, we have our sugar cane confectioner powdered sugar. So again, as explained a while ago, for me, dalawang bagay para maging maganda ang powdered sugar. Number one, when you use it in the frosting, hindi yung parang sobrang tagal na ng paghahalo, hindi pa rin pino yung powdered sugar because hindi rin okay na halo ka ng halo because the longer that you mix, umiinit po yung product. And kapag uminit yung product, lumalambot yung consistency. Remember that when you paddle, it's like rubbing. Okay? So nagets na kung paddle ka ng paddle, which is napapansin nyo sa ibang icing, palambot ang ating frosting. So, you can try the sugar cane in American buttercream kasi American buttercream, especially for cupcakes, sobrang ganda, sobrang pino ng consistency. Medyo close to buttercream na yung tsura kapag ganyan kapino yung powdered sugar natin. Okay? Next, paddle this one together until light and fluffy in consistency. So, guys, that attachment, that is what you call a that is what you call a frosting beater. Kanina, di ba, we're using paddle, the flat paddle. This one, kung mapapansin nyo, merong rubber at the end. So, medyo dikit siya doon sa ating bowl. So, when you have this type of a beater, hindi mo na kailangan scrape every now and then. Okay? But, I highly advise that don't use that for paddling. Okay? Baka kasi inisip nyo na, porket dikit na dikit sa bowl, ang ganda pang paddle. Okay, hindi po. Better pa rin pang paddle ang ating flat beater. Kaya po siya tinawag na frosting beater because mostly it's used for frosting. Pero maganda din po siyang gamitin sa mga custards like when you make cream cheese or cheesecake. Okay? Okay, so that's good. Next one, we are going to add our prepared ganache. Now, for this one, guys, alalay po tayo ng konti. Ang timing po nito is depende kung gaano ka-set po yung ganache natin. Okay? So, what I'm trying to say is kapag galing ref, siguro you're gonna paddle for 3 minutes. But kung room temperature lang ang ating ganache, you're gonna paddle for like 1 to 2 minutes, minsan less than 30 seconds pa. Kapag fluid ang ganache, hindi nyo po pwedeng i-paddle because you won't end up with a frosting. When I say fluid ganache, once you invert it, talagang tumutulo. If you notice, parang peanut butter yung consistency ng aking ganache, it's very solid. Okay? So, is this one in our frosting? Alam niyo, ito yung isa sa pinaka-favorite frosting ko sa cake. I'm only using this one as a piping for the Napoleon, but you can use this one for chocolate cake. Okay? Minsan nga, hindi namin sinasabi na may cream cheese yung icing. Okay? Because you don't have to tell people. Okay? Parang pag may lasang social or mayaman, pang mayaman, that's because of the cream cheese. Okay? Diba? Parang two good things in one. You have your cream cheese and you have your chocolate. Okay? So obviously, guys, my frosting is not that matigas or hard because I'm able to spread it in the bowl. Nasi-spread ko siya sa bowl. Okay, like I can spread it in the bowl. Okay, place that in the mixer. And then we are going to paddle. That's why ang ginamit ko po dito is the glass bowl para makita po natin yung ating timing for the paddling. Okay? So, let's start paddling now. Kita ba? Okay, yeah, I think kita naman siya. Okay? Actually, mabilis lang siya, guys. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Stop. Ganun lang kabilis, guys. Chef, paano kung kinulit ko? Kasi paddle ako ng paddle, lalambot yung consistency. Ang application ko is piping application or piping decor. Okay? So, we're just gonna scrape the side and then do one last paddle. And then we are going to make our Napoleon now. Okay? So, kaya po siya tinawag na Napoleon, it's because we are doing layers. Okay? Sifter. Sifter, the spearing knife, tapos board. Okay na yan. Palinis. Okay. Okay, so we also prepared chocolate plate. So this is just melted chocolate and then you spread it on a acetate and then you cut rectangle. Medyo magdadasal po ako ngayon is walang chiller. Okay? And medyo manipis yung chocolate. Okay? Anyway, focus muna tayo sa ating piping. Thank you. Let's get your 2 tips. So gagamit po tayo ng ating French tip. This is what we call French tip. And then ayan ang French, maraming ngipin. And then we are going to use round tip. Okay, so 2 different tips for the decor. Sige, baba mo. Alabas ko. Ano mo ito? Ano siya? Nag-miss siya kanina. Nakuha ko. Ay, wala. Alagay na to. Okay, next guys, we are going to put the chocolate cream cheese frosting in our piping bag. And then same with the recipe of that one. Remember the recipe of the frosting for the rainbow cake? Mag-a-add lang po tayo ng 100 ml melted chocolate. Okay, for your piping decor number 2. Okay, so, sige. More. Camille, meron ba tayo raffle? Gusto niyo mabuhay guys? Magpaparaffle ako ng isang libro at isang baking class. Pero dapat, ikaw na bahala Camila. 1 baking class from Dessert Draft, that's my baking school, and 1 baking book. Okay? Okay, so good luck sa mananalo. Okay, so let's start guys, round tip. Okay? I'm going, para mas pulido guys, I do it, kino-complete ko muna yung sides ng brownie. Okay, let's start. Okay, ang technique po dito is equal pressure, equal piping. Okay, kaya po ako nag-start dito sa points na to para mas control ko po yung sizing ng pipes. Don't worry guys sa point because ano naman yan guys, magbababa yan mamaya kapag nilagay na natin yung ating chocolate plate. Okay? So while we're doing this one, we're going to put our second frosting in another piping bag with a different tip. So for this one, the lighter colored, we're going to use that for our layer number 2. Okay. So, kung OC kayo, pwede nyo i-fill up pa yan. Kung medyo nagmamadali kayo, you can just do this one, guys. Kasi technically, guys, hindi naman siya makikita. Ang importante lang is makuha nyo po yung side. Okay? Pero kung may time kayo, you can type all the way. Okay? So, let's go to plate number 1. Okay, dadasalan po natin ng konti kasi wala tayong chiller. Wait. Sige, ito muna ko nito. Okay, next. Let's continue. Okay. So, this one kasi, wala akong border. So, I have an imaginary border. So, medyo pinapantay ko, ito mas kita dito sa side. Medyo pinapantay ko lang yung piping ko doon sa piping sa ilalim. So, hindi minimension ko sa inyo kanina guys na hindi pwedeng sobrang fudgy ng brownies kasi masyado siya matamis. Ang dami. Lahat ng nilalagay ko is already sweet. Okay, refill, last refill. Um, okay, another plate. Pero ito guys, hindi pa rin masyado makapala. Kasi hindi pa, to be honest, when I do this sa cafe, mas maliliit. Kasi papangit at pag kinat nyo. Okay, but we just want to show you that we can make a bigger version. Okay, but if I'm going to do this in a cafe, paliliit talaga, parang pahaba. Okay? Okay? Okay, let's prepare other decors. Add ka chocolate. Okay, so let's go to our decoration, guys. We have our chocolate balls, sugar beads, we have strawberry, we have macaron, and then we are still gonna use this too for the decoration. Okay, let's start. This piping technique is a little bit challenging kasi rotational yung decor. Okay, let's start. Okay, next. So remember, to be honest kasi mas bagay kasi yung texture ng fudgy, yung ating fudgy bar kung doon sa ating cream cheese and chocolate layer. But kung gusto niyo po ng mas malambot, pwede naman kayo gumamit ng chiffon cake. Kung gusto niyo ng mas sturdy, pwede naman kayo gumamit ng pound cake. Okay? So, this is medyo pang hotel type na. Okay, but para lang meron kayong dalawang magkaiba, one basic and one very advanced decor. Okay, next one, cocoa powder, and we have your sifter. Okay. Okay, and then knife. Okay, we have strawberries. Okay, tama. Okay. So sa toppings guys, pwede kayong mag-add ng iba't ibang fruits. Pang-cut through din siya ng sweetness ng ating product. Okay. Okay. And then if you have a silicone ball, sphere mold, just mold the chocolate into sphere and then initin nyo lang and then pagdidikitin nyo. And then this one is chocolate balls. Ano lang po to, Goya, Maltesers, etc. And then red sugar beads. And then our Okay, so guys, do you want to taste this one? Okay, so tasting na tayo guys. Okay guys, so this is our final output. So again, this is our chocolate brownie Napoleon using our sugar, white sugar, and then we have our glucose and our sugar cane powdered sugar. So dito talaga showcase ko that you can create another different type of frosting na hindi naman cream cheese or buttercream, pero nagagamitan pa rin ng powdered sugar. So you can make your own chocolate and cream cheese icing. Okay? So guys, after this, we'll have our raffle. Okay? Camila, one class in the cert draft. Ganito na lang ha, pag yung nanalo po taga-province, you can take the online class. Pag yung nanalo taga-Manila, you can choose one class in the cert draft. And another winner is one book. Okay? So guys, thank you very much for having me. I hope you learned a lot from today. Thank you very much, Sugar King, for this demo. Raffle. Okay, raffle. Nakuha ko ng isang book. Kung ano mo lang.
Hindi pa lahat nakakita.
Yes, po. Ano gagawin? Picture. Okay, sige po. Mamaya ma'am, bababa ako para maka-picture tayo. Sige, pagtabihin natin yung mga product output. Balik yung balik yung cake dito. Hindi pa muna tayo. Sure po. Saan galing sir? Ito. Ito, sama ko lang pa picture
Sige, yung Google.
Dito lang sir.
Isa pa pa.
Ay, okay. Ito na lang para. Thank you. Okay guys, if you want to take photos guys. Kunin mo muna. Ito libro. Sample. Ay, yes, picture. Nandiyan na. Baka magkagulo sa screen. Wait lang, kung gawin kinilay yan. Sa bahay. So guys, don't go yet. I will have one more raffle. Antayin lang natin si Camille. Ano po? Ano po? Ay, sige, no problem. Ilan man nalo? Dalawa. Book. Okay. Okay, so guys, guys, we have 20 winners of ano to, Sugar King. Huh? We have 20 winners of Sugar King merchandise. We have one winner of baking book and one winner of baking class. Okay? May mga hindi pa daw kasi nakalista. I don't know. May hindi pa daw guys nakalista. Kaya we're just waiting for them.
Tanggalin mo lang ang charger.
Charge pa ba? May battery na?
Announce na?
Yes, sige. Bunot ka na siya.
Ano yung first natin? 20 winners muna?
20 winners muna.
Okay.
April, pumunta ka na dito.
Guys, para hindi ko kayo maboring, yung 20 muna, 20 winners of, ano to, merchandise, Sugar King. Ano saan? Ay, per ruleta, ibang ano, merchandise. Hindi, mag-ano ka muna ng isa, tapos ilang winners per ano, ruleta. Parang sa bilis. Or gusto mo isa-isa, ganun. Mag-ruleta talaga sila mamaya. Okay, sige, ako na nga. Okay. Ngayon na, guys, ganito. Listen, everyone. Yung first 20 winners ng bunot, pipila po kayo kay Camille mamaya, tapos mag-ruleta po kayo ng award. Tama ba? Okay, ganun. And then, yung final two na mabubunot, okay, grand prize na lang yung class. Game? Game na to, Camille? Okay. Okay guys, very fast uli din naman ni Camille mamaya after. Let's start with 20 winners muna. Ano ba to? Number ba to? 77. Next, 14. Next, 19. Next, 3. Next, 65. Next, 70. Bunutin na, mamaya. Next, 11. Ano to? Wala. Hanggang 68 na pala ako. 24, 36, 5, 38, ano ba to? 25. 25, ano to? 78, wala 78. 2, 46, 76, wala din. 32, ilan na yan? 31, 22, 58, last 2, last 2. Last 4, 28, 45, 52, and 57. Okay guys, first winner ng book. Okay, so this is my baking book. This is my book number 3. This year po, maglalabas po kami ng book number 4. It's a tie-up between me and my sister. So we're doing easy baking book for book number 3. For book number 2 guys, all of the books is full colored. Okay, lahat po ng recipe with full colored photos. Kaya po siya mahal kasi ang ganda po ng production ng book. Okay? The lucky winner of the baking book, will announce the name agad, is 43. Violeta Marietta. Ay, in fairness sa reaction, ma'am. Panalo talaga. Okay. And then, guys, the last winner ng aking baking class. Again po, kung taga-province po kayo, our option will be online class. Kung taga-Manila po kayo, my school is in Quezon City. Okay?
3 Violeta po.
The lucky winner, guys, is baking class is 60. Ja Tonggol at Tatanggol. Okay, sige. Okay, picture na. Yep. Mamali ka na. Ma'am, libro lang. Ma'am, dito 1 million. Buti lang po. Picture. Cellphone mo. Hindi. Tawag mo.
Kasama ko si Chef Live.
Ito dito. Baking class, ma'am. Picture daw. Dito na. Okay, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. Guys, yung sa pictures, okay lang dun tayo sa likod para hindi tayo makala dito. So, I'll be at the back. Don't worry, guys. Nag-antigen test ako. Okay?
Hello po. Bali, first number po, 58. Si Angeline Marfila po. Miss Angeline. Sorry po. Miss Angeline. Go. Ano na lang po? Yes, ma'am.
Kumlo. Umbrella, wait lang po.
Next number po.
Sino yan?
Cora Palacios. Maruleta po.
Sino po si Angela sa umbrella po? Miss Angela? Ano saan? Yung nag-ruleta po. Okay. Nag-picture pa pala.
Cora Palacios, ma'am. Maruleta na lang po. Wait lang po Any corrections?
Picture daw muna. Picture kay Chef.
Chef!
Ay, tatawagin na.
Chef, mag-picture daw.
Picture muna bago mag-ruleta.
Chef Flash, hello po.
Pa-picture po. Sa winners.
Si Miss Angela, okay na po ba?
Okay, Angeline.
Chef, Chef Fly, dito ko po. Kaya tawagan ka namin siya.
Isang group pic lang po tayo para kay Chef. Dito po tayo sa harapan. Sa isang group pic lang muna po tayo kay Chef.
Picture daw po.
Big smile! Thank you po!
45. Chef, pa-picture na dito. Chef. Sa winner po. Sa winner po. Opo.